Well, hello there, everyone. It is me again after taking a quick break from videos. When it comes to JoJo merch, there is a crap ton. Simply searching into any Japanese secondhand site, you will find anything. You'll find shirts, posters, you'll find figures. So I'm just gonna go over the types of JoJo merch that I have and whether or not it is actually worth it. All right, so the first items that I'm going to show you guys is obviously the closest to original source, the official manga. Now, you guys know if you're English readers that these are available. So far they are on Golden Wind's production. This is the hardcover edition that they're doing for the English readers. So yes, these do contain changes to some of the names, but if you collect it just for the art, like the black and white is incredible. The scans, they're all really good. Sometimes you get the Araki colored red pages, and you get colored changes and covers. It's really interesting. If you love the art, if you love just being able to read JoJo in person, these are really good, but sometimes they are about anywhere under $20 for Americans. But if you don't mind about reading it and you're kind of there just for the artwork, and especially if you're fans of the old newer parts, we got the original paperback covers straight from Japan right here. I'm a fan of these because my favorite parts are obviously JoJolian. Other JoJo related books are also available, especially art books. An example would be JoJo Veller and the other JoJo art books that Araki is currently working on right now. Now we're going to venture into some of the English products. You can tell that because the logos usually just have the English version of the title. As you can tell, these are like the Five Below things. If you go to maybe discount stores and whatnot, and sometimes you see like JoJo merch, it's going to be primarily focused on parts 1, parts 1 to 2, and parts 3, like the more cash grabby parts. So this is an example of something you could find. Buttons, obviously. Don't know what I'm going to use them for, but there are some pretty cool things. You can get magnets, you can get whatever. I got some magnets, but I don't know where the hell I put them, so yeah, they exist, but only for the anime. They don't really got much when it comes to like the actual manga or the actual later parts, because as you can tell, they just go by the animation. And now we're going to go into wearable merch and shirts. Right here, I got a wallet. This is a really cool wallet. A family member got me this one. I use this one all the time. Here's another piece of JoJo merch. This is just a shirt with the Golden Wind cast on it. Well, except for Trish. It just uses the key art. A lot of these things uses key art for the anime visuals, which I don't mind. But yeah, it's sort of just like random products. Put it on a shirt and sell for 20 bucks or whatever. Now let's get into some of the other merch, like the collectibles. One of my favorites is plushies. I love the JoJo plushies. Here's a brand new one to show you guys how good they are at the moment. This is the weather report one. They even got little ears. They just go above and beyond for these. You can get them, the brand new ones at least, off of sites like Hobby Genkai. That's where I got this little guy from my brother. They're adorable. They sell out quick. Some of the older ones are pretty hard to get, so just keep that in mind. Other adorable pieces of merch would be these little guys. I got a couple of these. They're the JoJo Nendoroids. They come with so many swappable parts and options that for their price of 30 to 40 bucks, they aren't too bad. They're pretty small, but they come with a lot, so I guess I can make up for that. These are the Chara Heroes. They're actually really, really cool, and for what they are, they're pretty detailed. A lot more detailed than a lot of the little bargain bin American toys that we sell over here. These are very, very cool, especially if you want to use them for parts or whatever, pieces for other JoJo related customs or whatnot, like I did for Silver Chariot Requiem. Pop the head off and then I just put it on a body that's a little bit bigger. It sometimes works, you know? And now we're getting into my specialty, the Super Action Statue line. This is not the best example of what they're capable of, but for a Jodo, this doesn't look all too bad. It's the only one that wasn't really standing there with anything attached to it, so I just kind of grabbed it. The sculpts of these figures in general just gets better and better, objectively saying. I like a lot of the paint jobs. Don't let this one decide it for you. Every single sculpt is unique. There's a lot of recolors and variants in the line, and honestly, that's why I'm a big fan of it. So, all in all, when it comes to buying JoJo merch, there isn't any way you can really go wrong. I just say pick whatever floats your boat. And there's a lot to pick from. like in general, if you're looking for smaller, more cheaper collectible things, you can find a bunch of these selling in mass online in the secondhand Japanese markets. But if you want to collect the cutesy little things, these and Nendoroids are always good. But if you're not into that type of merch and you like art, get the art books. Those are expensive, but a cheap alternative is just getting the physical copies themselves. And if you're not interested in any of that, a good option is always the video games. But then that leaves me to what is the best possible piece of merch. I gotta tell you guys, for the price that they are, these books. The paperback is the closest thing to what Araki sells and what Araki writes. They even got the little notes in them. Some of the JoJonium do as well. Wrong cover. But it's so fun to just look at them and see what it's like in person. Even these work, but they got the changed names. They got all that. This, if you're not planning on reading it, they're way cheaper. Works out to where if you get them off secondhand, these are usually going for what, like $3 each, excluding shipping. It's crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's a little bit fuzzy, but have a great day, everyone, and see you around.